Alrighty everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to winterize a small two-stroke outboard. In this case we're going to be using this 1991 Evinrude 15 horsepower that my dad bought brand new. I got it running for him about 3 years ago. He hadn't used it in a while. I used it this past summer quite a bit. And so I'm just going to go over how to winterize it. First we're going to go over what we're going to need. We're going to need some way to fog the cylinders, which in this case I'm going to be running it on a fogging tank, which it's got a fogging mixture in it, which is 5 gallons of gas, 1 pint of two-stroke outboard oil, half a gallon of fogging oil, and 2 ounces of fuel stabilizer. And what the fogging oil does is it will coat these cylinders and prevent corrosion during storage. We're going to need some gearcase oil, gear oil. It's a 90 weight oil. I've got a gearcase filler. Now, you're probably going to be using a quart pump to fill it, but we'll go over changing the gear lube. Drain pan, drain the oil into. Grease gun with some marine grease in it. Some form of anti-corrosion spray. I've just got some WD-40 here. I need a large flat blade screwdriver for pulling the drain plugs for the gear case. In this case, a 13/16 wrench to remove the prop nut. And then I'm going to need a pair of side cutters to pull the cotter pin out of the prop. I like to, and also you're going to need garden hose and a set of flush muffs to run the motor on the hose. I generally like to start with changing the gear lube. So, pretty simple. Put the drain pan underneath it. I like to turn the motor to the side a little bit. Just gives a little better access. That is your drain and fill and your vent screw. We're going to remove both screws, let it drain, and refill it from the bottom until it comes out the top. So I will get the drain plugs out and go from there, and I'll show you what to look for when you're changing your gear lube. I'll be back in just a minute. Alrighty, we got the gear case oil draining now. Doesn't look too bad at all. That's basically how you want it to look when you're draining it. If it were milky, what you would want to do is pressure and vacuum check it to check the integrity of the prop shaft seal, the drive shaft seal, and the shift rod seal. However, in our case, gear lube, there's no water in it, so all we're going to do is let it finish draining. We're going to refill it by filling from the bottom until it comes out the top. If you try to fill it from the top, you'll get a big air pocket and you won't fill the gear case. And if the gear case is not filled properly, you will damage the gear case, which is not good. So we're gonna finish. We're gonna let it drain. I'll refill it. And actually, when it's draining, what I like to do is grease the grease fittings. Now, on this particular engine, you have 2 grease fittings for the tilt right here, You've got one for the pivot. One for the cover latch. And one for the shift. It's right in the center of the frame there. I'm not sure how well you can see that. So I'll grease those up, refill the gear case, and we'll go to running the engine and getting it fogged out. See you guys in a few. Alrighty, we've got the gear case oil changed now. We've also got all the grease points greased, including the prop shaft. We got our fogging tank hooked up to the engine now. Tire ball is pumped up. Vent screw on the tank is open. Got the choke pulled. The engine is, or the throttle is in the start position. I'm going to go turn the water on now and fire the motor up. This is going to be a cold start, and the motor has been run since, well, since like the beginning of September, so might be a little hard start, and who knows. But like I said, I'm going to go turn the water on, and we're going to start up the motor. Until it's smoking pretty heavily, and then we know she's good and fogged. I'll bring you guys back when that happens. We've had the motor running for about 20 minutes now. You can see it's smoking fairly heavily, so that means that the fogging mixture has got into the crankcase and the cylinders, lubricated all the bearings. So what we're going to do now is we're going to shut the motor down. Alrighty, like I said, you can see how heavily the motor was smoking. That indicates that the fogging mixture has gotten throughout the entire power head. I'm going to go shut the water off now, and we'll conclude by spraying down the power head with some anti-corrosion spray, and then I'll talk about just a couple final points. Be right back. Alrighty, disconnect the fuel line from the motor. We're done with the fogging tank. We're going to shut the vent. I'm going to take our WD-40 in this case and just spray down the motor. if you use your motor in salt water a lot, recommend doing this a couple times a year. Maybe even once a month during the boating season. Hood back on. And we're just going to let the motor stay in a vertical position, preferably overnight, just to let any water drip down out of the exhaust housing. You don't want to really store your motor with the gear case higher than the power head. Now the reason for that is any water can actually go back up to the exhaust, and especially on a two-stroke, go in right through the exhaust ports. And when you get water inside a two-stroke, it's not good, and also not good on a four-stroke. If you do have a four-stroke outboard, you're also going to be changing your engine oil and filter at this time. Now if you use your motor a lot during the season, that engine oil, especially when it's sitting, will become acidic and can actually start doing some corrosion, or minor corrosion, to the inside internal parts of the engine, which is not good. For a good four-stroke outboard winterization video, a friend of mine, Stu from Sydney, he's got a good one on his channel, Danger Marine. I will throw a link to his channel as well as his video in the description. You guys might want to go check him out. Really nice guy, and he does awesome videos. A lot of boating stuff that he does. He does the same thing that I do. He works on outboards and boats. He also works on cars too, I believe. So just want to conclude this by saying thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. And remember to rate, comment, and subscribe for more great videos like this.